Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. It is 2019. 2019. I cannot believe it. Like, them years snuck up on us. Like, okay. I really can't believe it's 2019. This is so crazy. So, as y'all can see from the title of this video, we will be talking about therapy today. Yay. And before we begin, I just wanted to give kind of like a disclosure to everyone. This video took me a while to make. I've been talking about making this video since July. I've already recorded it 2 times. I just didn't feel right. So I don't know why. I was just thinking about it for the past 2 weeks. Like, just go ahead and record it. Go ahead and record it. So now I'm here recording it. And I think it was mainly hard for me because I was like, are you being too honest? Are you being transparent? Like, people think you're telling your business. Or are you helping someone? So I just came to the conclusion that I am being transparent, and this video may help someone who was probably feeling the same type of way that I was. So the good weighed out the bad in this situation. So I hope this video does help you. And if you haven't started the process of finding a therapist, maybe something I say in this video will help you and encourage you to, take that step, because obviously I'm making this video, so it has worked for me, or it is working for me. So I just hope you guys can take something from this video and, take care of yourself. So if you guys see me looking this way, it's because I have notes. I make sure I don't want to miss anything. So if I'm looking down, see my eyes going somewhere, I'm looking at my notes. Okay. So let's begin. First thing we're going to talk about is why I felt the need to go to therapy. Probably about, it all began maybe, I want to say like 2014. Between the times of 2014 and 2016 when I graduated. Yeah, probably around that time. That's when I first realized, like, I had my first, like, dealing with depression or whatever when I was a sophomore in college. Then, things kept going on. It really wasn't that serious. So probably around 2000 and the end of 2015 going into 2016, I had my first panic attack. And I was just going through the motions ever since then. I was like up, I was down, I was dealing with like a bad breakup. Graduating college 2016, and then I was just not in a good space. I had gained weight, and eventually, of course, right after graduation, I moved home. So I lost that weight, but I was still going through a lot of things. And when you just keep going through stuff, you just like, yo, it's me. I need to figure out what I'm doing, because I can't do this. Praying wasn't working. And that is another big thing why people feel like they can't go to therapy. They feel like, God is going to help me get through this phase. Yes, that's true. God will never leave or forsake you. But he has professionals out here to help us. So there's obviously some other thing going on where he's placed those people on this earth for them to help us. So take advantage of that. Just praying wasn't working, on the church and everything. And I was just tired of going through the motions. And also another thing, I have a lot of friends. So talking to them consistently wasn't working, because I know they have problems and they were probably tired of hearing my problems. But I think that, but they won't say that. But at the end of the day, it's better to have an unbiased opinion, someone who doesn't know you personally and who can take the emotions out of everything, because they don't know you, don't have an emotional connect to you, and they can tell you what you need to do to help yourself. So that's why I felt like I needed to go to therapy. So next, we're gonna talk about my first appointment, actually finding the therapist, and then like the paperwork. So it was really simple and easy to find one. I just sat down one day, what was it, last year, and I'm like, look, you're going to therapy, find one. I don't know what I was going through. I couldn't remember, but I knew. I'm just like, yo, you just need to get help. So I looked on my phone and I just Googled African-American women therapists. I knew for sure I wanted a women therapist because I was going to be telling her some things that probably a man probably couldn't deal with or couldn't handle. I don't know, but whatever. I wanted someone I can relate to. So off the bat, when I found my therapist, I'm like, okay, like, she seemed like she cool. Like, everything criteria meets me. Like, that's me. I need to see her. So she hit me. Well, I hit her up. She instantly responded, gave me all the information that I need to do. She got my information from my insurance company. Praise God, I'm still on my mama's Blue Cross Blue Shield, honey. Yes. So we figured out my co-payment, because they have to do all that before you go in. So my copay is $45 every time I go see her. That's why I only see Sue every month. Because that $45 will add up if you let it. Like, if you're trying to see somebody every 2 weeks, honey, that's another bill. So going in, like, off the bat, you know, you get paperwork. And I had another thick packet. Well, it basically just talks about your family history. It talks about some of the things that you're going through. And it really breaks down, you know, all the things that could be, you know, reasons why you're doing certain things. You know, are you taking drugs? When the last time you took drugs? Smoke weed? You know, little stuff like that. So they ask you on that paperwork. And this one is basically like her criteria. She talks about, you know, her qualifications, what she does and does not do. Like, if she see you in the street, look, shawty, you don't know me. Like, she really does. You don't have a personal relationship with your therapist outside of that office. So in here, she talks about, look, if I see you, I don't instantly speak to you. She keeps that therapist, and, you know, that relationship in there. So she doesn't take anything out. She wants to speak if you speak to her. Just talk about all the fees and everything. She has to come to court with you. So generally, if you do see a therapist, you'll get 2 of these packets or whatever type of packet they want to give you, just to find that general information that they need to know about you. So off bat, my first appointment was kind of like a sigh of relief. Like, whew, I went in there, I was like, oh my God, it's just a breath of fresh air. And I don't know if everybody cries, if you've been there before, but I cried my first time going, because as soon as I walked in, I was nervous. But when I sat in that chair, she like, so, what brings you to therapy? I'm like, ooh, like, I was like, sis, we got so much to talk about. It was just a sigh of relief knowing that I could talk to somebody and I can tell them everything, the resentments, the pain, just everything that I had been going through for so long. It was just a sigh of relief. So she took everything, you know, that said, we broke it down. And so far, I've been to her probably about 9 times, I want to say, since probably about May. So, you know, it's working. It's helping. So, off that first bat, we kind of broke everything down. And also another thing, I don't know, I'm pretty sure this is with everybody, but you can go in, like, say when you go to the doctor, oh my God, I got pneumonia. How do you know you have pneumonia? They have to go back and they have to run tests on you, and they have to see what's going on. It's the same thing with therapy. You can go in and say, I'm depressed, I have anxiety, I have panic attacks, I have this, da 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 da. Your therapist, well, mine, she told me, well, I can't know that based off your first appointment. So we're going to talk about this, and then I'm going to give you this diagnosis so I can get back to the insurance company so I'll get paid, so I just won't be throwing things out there. So my initial diagnosis was the inability to adjust to life. So over the process, you know, she'll further diagnose me with everything. So the more information I tell her, the more she can base that off of and be able to report that with the insurance company. So when you're finding therapists, make sure you trust them. Off the bat, I feel like I can trust her. I personally, I don't know why I can talk to people, but with her, I'm just like, I have to tell her everything. How are you going to go in seeking help, but that person can't help you? You have to be honest. You have to build that trust. And off the first or second meeting, you don't think this is going to be the therapist for you, go to another one. They recommend you to other people. You just have to talk to them and tell them that if you don't feel like this person is going to be able to help you progress in life, they will recommend you to somebody. And that's what her package says. If you don't feel like I'm making progress with you, let me know and I'll recommend you to somebody. But you always have to be open and honest so they can help you. That is the one thing I had to learn. I can't hold anything back from her. It'll be times I'm just like, trying to tell her, she's like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, you feel like you need to say something? Like, you can read my emotions all on my face. So I just have to tell her, like, how is she going to help me? And I'm not being honest with her. So you have to be open and you have to be honest. So the effects of therapy, I feel for me personally, I'm just able to handle certain things better. Over the couple of years, like, I'm a really, 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 really sensitive person. And I cry to drop them down. I cry, let things get to me. I'm just like, yo, what is really going on? But I can't do that anymore because there's obviously a reason why I'm going through this. So you need to be able to tackle it. So I've been able to tackle different things that's been going on with me. Like, boom. Okay, this happened. Okay, boom, I'm going to do it. I'm going to cry this day, but I'm going to keep it moving. And I'm going to use everything that I'm learning in therapy to apply that to my life. So another thing that I did learn, you really learn about yourself. Like, I'm like blame game Ebony. It's their fault. They did it. But when you sit down in that chair, she gonna tell you, well, she tells me like, you know, you was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did this. Like, you know better. It's finding your faults in some things, and it's finding something in yourself. It's really like an outer body experience. Like, I'm learning so much about myself, and I'm learning not to pinpoint everything on everybody else. Like, they're the reason why I'm causing this pain. They're the reason why. That situation, yeah, probably. But this one, you was wrong. So knowing that I can be able to step outside of myself, forgive myself, acknowledge the fact that I was wrong in certain situations is a really, you know, it's a growing pain, but it's a good one. Because you really want to blame everybody else, but you can't, because sometimes it is you. You just really want to find that in yourself where you can just acknowledge what's going on. You had some fault in it. Take ownership of what you did and just move on. Okay, I'm still looking at my notes. Y'all, it doesn't happen overnight. Remember that. It takes 9 months for a baby to come. It's been taking me, almost a year to become this type of person where I'm able to handle this. It is not going to happen overnight. Do not go into therapy thinking that all of your problems are going to be fixed as soon as you leave. It's not going to happen. It's a process. You are going to learn so much stuff about yourself and about other people and how you see the world. Is going to change you. But don't think that you are going to go in there and be instantly healed. It's not. It's a process. But as long as you stay consistent and remember that this is going to help you in the long run and help you become a better person, you'll be okay. But just do not go in there expecting to get microwave results. Like, these are crock pot results. And you hear me? I got that from church today. Praise them. Yes, ma'am. So, and one more thing, it just helps you deal with hidden pain. It was some things that I really didn't think that from my childhood and like growing up that was affecting me as a person now until I got to therapy. It's a lot of hidden pain that you'll attack and you'll see that's really affecting you as a person. So some things that's happening to you as a child, you didn't even know it was affecting you as a person. You didn't even know it was affecting you dealing with the certain type of relationships and certain type of guys that you deal with. You really just never know. And going has helped me to just deal with like hidden pains that I didn't even think I had like from my past. So that's one thing I really love about going to therapy. It's just learning something new about yourself every day. Guys, always remember that it is okay to seek help. It's this big stigma about going to therapy. I don't know why. And I didn't really see it. Like, I saw it in other people, but to me, I didn't care. I knew I was going to have to go eventually or whatever, but I don't know why people feel that seeking therapy is just like one of those just abnormal things. Somebody called me while I was in therapy. When I called them back, they were like, "What's up? What were you doing?" I'm like, "I was in therapy." They're like, "Oh, you got problems?" Like, bro, everybody got problems. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's your problem. Like, y'all don't know how to deal with it. Y'all think y'all homeboys and y'all think y'all friends and everybody can help you. Like, they can't. Seek help. It's okay to get help, and don't be passed by this stigma that people don't go to therapy. You weak, stay strong. You can face anything. Pray it out. Don't. Because you're going to end up in a dark place, and it's going to be really, really, really hard to get yourself out of it. Like, you can do it, but a therapist, if you think you need to go, go. Go for the right reasons. Be consistent and always be open with yourself and with your therapist in order for you to be healed and be a better person. That's the only way it's going to help, and if you want to be successful in this self-care journey. Another thing that I forgot to add is that we don't just talk about like the pains and the struggles and everything that I'm dealing with in life. Like, she really helps me make good decisions in my life. Like, when I was coming to the decision about the next relationship that I was going to be in, we talked about that. And we also talked about like what's your plan? Like, what's your year plan? What's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? Like, what are you going to do in these next few years? And that was kind of some of the things that I was struggling with. So we don't just sit there and just talk about, oh my God, like, I'm just stressed out. Like, no. She helps me set goals. She helps me stay true to those goals and just be honest with myself at whatever place in my life that I'm at right now. So that was one thing I really loved about, you know, just going to therapy and just seeking therapy, because I'm not just in there crying and just talking about all the pains and everything. I'm talking about the future and what's really next for me. So if y'all enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, comments, you think I left something out, I'll be willing to make a second video if it's enough information. But I hope that this video was encouraging and just helpful in a way. If you felt that you've been struggling with going to therapy and just like contemplating where you want to go, I really hope that you go and you take that next step in seeking help. Everybody needs help. Like, you really can't do it on your own. So don't be scared. I know it's a scary process in healing and growing, but it's one of those growing pains that you really got to deal with. So therapy is bae. She's so real to me. Like, she keep it 100. I need that. So if you need that, go get that. I love you all, and I hope that you all have a great Sunday. Once again, Happy New Year's. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Share this video to your friends. Forward it. See y'all next time. Bye.